Welcome back to Super Tuesday Recap Podcast. It's your host, Chris and Dpalm here. It has been a full month, and we have not had a Super Tuesday recap on the feed. I looked, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, we've been doing pretty good of having more than just a mailbag on there, but September was that month where the only the only thing we had was a mailbag because before this, the Doctor and Shanna were reviewing Cloak and Dagger. So, but don't worry, that's all changing within a week because we're gonna be back.
I love the fact that you say that and like you pretend like we're not about to record 5 podcasts next like 4.
Yeah, like literally before we started this, we were talking about the schedule and what's gonna happen and how things are coming out. So, yeah, just stay tuned, folks. We're back already. Like shit, the gift already came back this week. So, but anyway,
I'm already behind because I'm still me.
Right, I'm already behind. So just to let everybody know what's happening with this stuff. We're pretty much keeping the same schedule we did last year. So the Gifted will still be 3 episodes at a time, and we'll put that only on the Super Tuesday recap feed. So you have to subscribe to this feed. It will not be on the main MTR network feed, just like this show is not on the main MTR network feed. And same thing's going to happen with Star Trek Discovery. We'll be doing the same thing with that one. And then we'll be putting out, even though the schedules have changed when shows come out, they're, for the most part, we release it around the same times. Like usually Arrow comes out on Sundays, still coming out on Sundays. Legend of Tomorrow and Flash will come out on Thursday with us, and we're still working with Shannon and the Doctor to figure out when they're going to do and how they're going to do the Super Tuesday recap. Their Supergirl and Black Lightning shows. So, but yeah, we are back in full swing. And matter of fact, coming this Sunday, we're going to be recording a big preview episode with all of us, so you'll get that, and that'll probably be on the main Super Tuesday recap feed. So, but yeah, that's not what this is. This is the mailbag, which we do once a month. And man, I guess we're gonna keep doing the mailbag, even though when the show we were doing the mailbag during the.
Sadly enough, we were doing the mailbag when we had our full load.
Yeah, we were doing that because we are fucking idiots. But hey, we love it, and we love your emails. So we take in emails, and we read those, and we discuss current topics in the news with movies, TV, comics, and things like that. Go through a poll list. This month's a little different. We only have one email right now. I did not put a push out for emails, but the reason for that is because we are doing the big TV Super Tuesday recap come this Sunday. I kind of figured I'd do a push for emails for that, so you can get all of us. You can get myself, Dpalm, Shanna, and the Doctor. So if you have questions about Supergirl and Black Lightning, send those in as well, or the Flash, or Arrow, or Legend of Tomorrow, or anything. The Gifted. Shit, you can even throw a Star Trek Discovery question in there.
Advice, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, just send it in there. So email those into us, mailbag@mtrnetwork.net, and we'll read those all on Sunday since we'll have a full team there. But let's get. But the other reason why I didn't do a push, I also just had a feeling, and it was correct, that this month we would have a shit ton to talk about, and I didn't want to be here for 3 hours, so I had to cut the email short. So
all right, everyone remember that he said at about the 20-minute mark he didn't want to be here for 3 hours. So let's see what happens.
It's not 20 minutes already. It's only 3. So I'm just letting you know. We have been talking for 20 minutes before this. That time does not count.
And that's on me. I apologize.
Yes. Yeah. That's the other thing too. Dpalm and I are doing another full podcast blitz where we're on everybody. We're doing like 4 fucking shows this weekend because we got to warm up, right? We got to warm up for when Super Tuesday recap comes back, and we're kind of dumb.
I hope you guys enjoy hearing the two of us talk about stuff.
Yeah, I really hope so. If you do not, it's gonna get awkward. It's going to get awkward. Anyway, the one email we had this week, we have Imani writing in. Guys, I thought we had an agreement. Dpalm would stay on ice until after the midterms, and the rule would keep spinning. Look at what's happening since we booked him on the insanity check. Might as well nominate him to curate the Florida Gators Museum at this point.
I want to step in here. The agreement was neither I nor Joy would be on, because when we come on, things didn't happen. Joy was on. I felt a kind of way about it. We had this weekend open where we're going to record a bunch of stuff anyway, and here we are. I also want to be known that I'm coming out of the gates very hostile for the show. If you intend to blame me like Imani did, how dare you? This world's been on its way to hell in a handbasket long before I was booked.
Yeah, it's
this one ain't on me.
It's a lot going on, guys. A lot going on. All right, so here we go.
And I'm also bringing back "Hell in a Handbasket" as a saying. I wonder if we're gonna know that.
I think we should. I mean, I feel like "Hell in a Handbasket" is a saying.
It felt really unnatural, but kind of fulfilling to say.
I feel like "Hell in a Handbasket" should make a comeback. I mean, there are a lot of phrases that don't.
Look at what's happening around us.
I think it's appropriate.
Let's get back to the escapism.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, but speaking of lies people told, I thought Marvel was going to bury Miles Morales and Riri Williams, and I should be worried, which is weird in and of itself because the way loud minority seems to hate everything, business does, they're awfully protective of the characters he creates. Funny that, but my nigga, we're all the way back. Now I just need folks to actually pre-order, support these hip hop appropriation books.
We told them so, right?
I mean, guys,
we can say that.
Look, here's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of people writing about how Marvel's canceling some books when there's not an announcement of a canceling, but the reason why they're saying they're canceled is because they did not see a solicitation for it in that month. That's not how it works. You know, if Marvel has solicits for September, not every book gets put out in September. Some books come back in November. All of the publishers are like that. It's been like that forever. So just because they didn't list a Miles Morales book, Spider-Man book, in September, didn't mean we weren't going to get one in October or November. That's not how it fucking works, people.
So for a book to be a number one and therefore a spike in sales, it has to come out in a month. It may not be the month you're looking at. It could be the next month.
Not to mention
the following month.
Not to mention, when you're coming off of one creator you're handing off from one creator to another, you got to get some time to figure shit out.
It's particularly when it's not just one creator to another. It's the creator and sole writer of that voice for a very long time.
You better make damn sure that you're getting somebody.
You can't get it wrong. How about that?
And I think they picked right so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these two books do. Now, I do want to say, because I practice what I preach, for those who, you know, want to get in on these books and want to know how to pre-order them, it's very simple to me. You know, people will tell you, oh, go down to your local shop. No, you don't have to do any of that shit, folks. Just 3 easy ways. 1, you can easily just wait until they're on. You can actually go on Comixology now, I think, and some of them you can go ahead and just pre-order now. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's done. Now I know some people will say, "Hey, no, not comfortable with digital sales. Maybe that's not good enough." I get that. You can probably I haven't checked this one, but I'm pretty sure you can. You can probably go on to Amazon and pre-order it there too. Pre-order the hard copy. If that still does not get it for you, if you're still like, not sure, I feel comfortable with Amazon and Comixology. They're, Amazon owned Comixology. I'm not sure about that. Midtown Comics. Go to Midtown Comics, their website. You can pre-order. I'm not sure if the Miles is there yet, but I definitely know the Riri book is there.
And now, if you're one of these people who I personally can't understand because it seems just like too expensive of a habit, but if you're here for variant covers, go Midtown.
They're all there. And here's
they're all there, and they're in heavier stock and rotation than your local LCS.
And they're on sale. Because when you pre-order from Midtown, they take like 3% off right now. So you're already getting. So when people go, "Oh, the books are too expensive. I can't pay the $3.99." I want to actually. You know what? I'm gonna check right now because I looked and I want to say it was like it might have been like $3. They're not that expensive. So they're on sale right now. You can get them, and yeah, I think it's Ironheart, right? That's the name of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even have the variant, like you said, they even have the variant covers there. Yeah, regular. Oh shit, yo, look, regular copy, $2.59. The list price is $3.99. You want to save some money? There you go.
Midtown is a great rewards program too. Like, as someone who lived in New York in college and spent too much time and money in Midtown, they're very customer friendly.
Yeah, that's how you do it, guys. All my hip hop appropriation covers, that's where I got them from. And they do
that's the 4 I have. Yeah, that's right, mine.
And they do a great job of boarding them up so that when you get them, they're in great condition.
Oh, they're in the business of shipping comics. Yeah. Like, can you get some of these from Amazon? Probably. Do you trust Amazon shipping and handling?
Yeah.
I can trust Midtown because guess what? If they fuck up your comic, that's their entire business structure. That's the plan, is to do this right.
And look, I understand that a lot of smaller comic shops can't be Midtown, but I use Midtown as the example of if you're not at some point trying to get to a storefront, a digital front end storefront that looks like Midtown, you're going to be left behind. Because the fact that I can order advanced copies through their website, forget the discounts, right? I can do it through their websites. I can set up pull lists through their website. Never have to set foot into Midtown at all.
I tell you what, man. Like I have a local LCS, and I'll go there sometimes just for my normal books. But when I want something special, or if I want something I know is going to sell out, I go to Midtown. I think that, you know, I'm a big proponent of local LCSs. I don't think they do enough to cater to new fans, but that's a whole other discussion. Support your local LCS. However, like if there's something you want and you're like, oh, I think that cover's going to sell out, don't cheat yourself by hoping you get it.
No.
Go to Midtown.
Go to Midtown.
If you order early enough, they'll be sure to print enough. Like that's the thing about pre-ordering the variant covers. Like Chris said, even the variant covers are on sale right now.
Yeah.
Go get a variant.
Yeah. When people were like, "Oh man, I missed out. My local LCS didn't have it," I'm like, "I ordered mine on Midtown and got it." And I believe they. I can't remember if they charge you. I don't know if they charge you at the time of the sale or when the book ships. I want to say it's when it's. I can't remember. I don't want to be a liar.
Like 3 years.
I don't want to be a liar on this one, but like again, they're very, very user friendly. They will email you when it ships. Again, I have never had a problem. They come in like Dpalm said, they're in the business of shipping this stuff. So anyway, Midtown Comics. If that is the easiest way to get a hardcover. If you want a hard copy of these books and pre-order it and talk with your money, Midtown Comics. Put in Ironheart, find it right there, or Miles Morales Spider-Man. I think that book might be up there as well. There you guys go.
Also, my old heads, I get it. You want the staples, you want the feel, the paper. But we all know the paper quality dipped the last 10 years. And let me just tell you, from a storage standpoint, this digital shit's kind of where it's at. That's just, I get it. I'm the guy who won't, I buy books. I don't do Kindle. I still don't. But as far as comics goes, for sheer volume and accessibility, look into the digital options. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying your version, give it a shot. How about that?
Just try it out.
Just try it out. I can't tell you it'll change your life, but it may change the way you read comics.
Yeah. And then last one, I was going to say this for the end of the show,
let's just do it now. Let's get out of the fucking way. You guys are so rude.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off now. And I will not be sucked into the pattern. We know how these Transformer trailers work hard enough to convince you that they may be this one will be the one that's not terrible. I refuse to be excited that I could recognize Soundwave before I could even hit play. I absolutely did not feel a tug in my heartstrings at seeing Shockwave on Cybertron. This is how they get you. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I did not ask you that you bear with me in Dpalm in this difficult hour. I do ask that you bear with me in Dpalm in this difficult hour. Hey, look, man.
You should go first.
I'm just going to say that this is on you. Unless they give us a screener for this, I'm not going to see this until you say that it's okay. You're the only person I trust on this. Like, I don't trust anybody else. I don't trust... Look, I love Rod the Deaf. Rod watches the fuck out of those Transformer movies. So I can't trust Rod.
I'm literally convinced Rod's doing it to troll me.
Like, yeah, no, it is. Like, he'll admit they're not good. So he trolls shit. So Rod does not think they're good movies. He thinks they're bad movies. So, and I don't trust anybody else because everybody else wants it too much. You're the only person I trust on this. So if you end up going, because you're going to go to this.
Look, nigga,
you're going to go.
I don't lie to the podcast. I was on the couch this week when the trailer dropped. And I must have made a noise. It's just like, what's wrong? I was like, well, look. And I showed her. She's like, that's what you wanted, right? I was like, no.
That's the trap. That's the trap.
That's how, but see, like, we've been here before with them. Like, this is not new. Like, it is. And the thing is,
it kind of is new, though. Like, there's a new director. He's saying the right things.
Chris, when I tell you that the first movie isn't bad, it's like, the first movie's not bad.
No, it's not.
It's not bad. And I like the aesthetic thing is I'm a G1 guy. I was born in 1985. What do you want from me? I get like sometimes the blocky things don't clearly they can translate. We've seen it now. I pushed past the aesthetics part for one. Two, I was very upset with, but I understood it happened during a writer's strike. So it wasn't an excuse, but it was understanding. 3 was it for me. I was out at 3. 4, I believe 4 is when he wrote Grimlock.
Yeah.
In an ad, and I got real close to watching that movie, and I didn't see it.
Well, that's the one. So I was out after 3 as well. You know what I did after 3? Because it's like there is a great scene in 3. It's the highway scene in 3 is great, but then after the highway scene, it's just like this. What the fuck am I watching? Right? And so, I was out I'm not doing that because again in 3 we heard the thing was like no I learned my lesson, writer's strike, and I'm gonna do. I know what the fans really want.
Strike, like, that was the one that was like, 2 was a writer's strike. Like,
yeah.
They had a ball joke. Like they had the 2. I believe they were say blackface characters.
That's putting it mildly and nicely.
Like super mildly. I'm trying to be nice here. I'm not trying to be nice. I'm just trying to get through this. 2 I wrote off as just, hey, it happens. 3 was when I was like, oh, fuck you then. And 4 and 5, I couldn't tell you a thing one about.
If it's not in the trailer, I can't tell you about it either.
I feel like most of it's in the trailer. But this. So when it was announced, the director claimed he was a Transformers fan. And I'm not going to speak for the whole fandom here, but I believe a lot of us have been led astray by people who said they were fans. Where Bumblebee's going to be a Volkswagen Beetle. You're like, wait a second. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a prequel. You got to it's an 80s movie. You got to, yeah, we get it. All right, we get it. And then you start to hear more. Like, you keep hearing rumblings that, there's going to be scenes on Cybertron. When I tell you that that's the most dismissive I've ever been about a movie rumor, I do not want. I'm really glad I didn't record any of the claims of things I would do if they had scenes on Cybertron. And then you see some of the designs, and you're like, well, they're not like, because the thing about Bay is that he wanted to focus on the humanity of the humans, which fuck you, Bay. And he didn't want any individuality for the Transformers, so there's very little color. There's Prime as flames for no good goddamn reason. That's still bugging me. Where was I? Oh, okay. And in this, like the Transformers, they look like, even if they're not designed the same way, like the color isn't hidden.
Well, they also don't all look the same, so you're not going to give.
What? The idea that these things could look different? And so the first trailer drops, and y'all saw how I reacted. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, you should do that. It's a very fun place to be, and you get to watch me lose my mind like 3 times a month. And the first trailer dropped, and what we thought was Starscream trying to be Blitzwing, because why not? And I was like, well, that was a Seeker transformation. Like, wait a second. And I got real nervous because I've been you've heard me. I've been very loud about all the franchise, really. And I said I was done. I said I was out. If you couldn't trick me into watching Optimus Prime ride Grimlock, I'd be damned if you took me watching a period piece about fucking Bumblebee. But then, this trailer dropped this weekend. I'm in a real bind.
No, you're not. You're going to see it.
Fuck you.
You're going to see it. Like, you're going to see it. Like, I don't even, because you can't.
You know why I'm going to see it? I'm going to tell you the exact moment, the reason I'm going to see it. You know why I'm going to see it?
Why?
Because when the Seekers transformed on Cybertron, they turned into Tetrajets. And like 6 people listening to this will know what that means. And if you remember the first episode of Transformers when they're on Cybertron, the whole series, 1984, I'm not going to say the exact date. I know I'm not. It opens with Bumblebee and Wheeljack stealing energy from the Decepticons. They are in their G1 bodies because no one thought whatever, it's a child's cartoon in 1984. Doesn't matter. And they transform into distinctly Cybertronian modes. And the Seekers following them to turn into jets on Earth turn into these triangular jets. And if you watch this trailer, the Seekers turn into the Tetrajets. And that was it for me. I have no choice but to see this movie. And I want to apologize to anyone who was trying to stay strong with me. or who thought like we'll get through this together, I'm abandoning you. I want you to know that, and I'm abandoning you for Tetrajets. And if it matters that much to you, you're going to see it, then that word matters too. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, I knew. I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, Dpalm's gone.
So fast, man. I've been in denial. Like I'm legitimate denial since.
Well, I mean, look, I'll put it this way. Like, I'm highly skeptical of this because it's been 6 movies. So I just, it's like
Chris,
the WB thing. It's like,
you trust me on this stuff? The love and care to include Tetrajets.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like the director, what is it?
That tells a lot to me. It may not be a good movie, and I may lie about how good it is because of how it makes me feel during scenes that involve Tetrajets.
But it's I think the guy is Travis Knight. Is that the guy who's directing it?
Yeah.
Everybody's saying, I mean, he did Kubo and the Two Strings. Everybody's saying he's saying the right things, and he, like you said, he seems to be a fan. So maybe this time they'll do it right. Again, here's the thing. Here's how I'll know. The first sign I'll know if this is a good movie, if there's a screener for it. The last few they haven't at least done wide screeners for it. They've done some here and there, but they don't really screen them anymore because they're like, fucking why? If they screen this one, I'll believe that they think it's good. Because when I don't get a screener for a movie, then I already know that they don't even think that it's good enough to screen. So there's that. So all right, so we got that out of the way. Again, so we've already had a change of heart on one set of movies. Let's get into let's just go and start off. We're out of emails now. In September, I think September can be summed up with one word, with one phrase, one question. What the fuck is DC doing?
Glad you asked.
What the fuck are they doing?
So what's happened? And we're going to go through all the minutiae of it. Everything's falling apart. And the stuff they're showing and the things they're saying are giving no one confidence. There was an announcement of some casting today that we're not going to cover today. I won't let us. I'm tired of lying to our listeners.
Well, here's the thing. I saw the casting is for Birds of Prey. If you want to look up who they cast, here's the thing I'm doing now when it comes to DC casting or even announcing directors. Until they start production, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. These are just names on a paper. This is a way for them to win a headline. And I think that's as far as they thought this shit through. So I've got a fix. I have an 8-movie plan that I've written out. We'll save that for last. We're gonna do your plan for last. Yeah. It's going last. I'm not giving you my plan on the podcast. I'm going to give you the teaser they should drop, and I'm going to give you the first movie they should do. And I'm going to tell you how they should market it. But we're going to talk about everything else first. Let's talk about what's wrong first before I save DC and get a job and never speak to you people again.
All right. So first thing, there was Ray Fisher came out and was talking about Cyborg. And said that the reason why they weren't going to do a Cyborg movie, it would cost too much.
For those of you listening at home, Ray Fisher played the 1/4 human face of Cyborg in the awful Justice League movie. The character looked like, I believe it was described as aluminum foil wrapped around a laser pointer. Go on. Because you say Ray Fisher, and in a vacuum, the fuck is that?
Right. So
that's what I'm sorry, I'm done. I'll let the story continue.
So when asked if the standalone film is in the Warner Brothers Machine Shop, Fisher, speaking at Heroes and Villain Fan Fest in New Jersey, said, "I don't know. I can't comment on that specifically because they don't tell me anything till the very last minute." Which that to me is worse than the "it would cost too much" line.
That's the most damning part. It's like, because it's a really poorly run organization.
Because, so you're telling me that because it wasn't Ray Fisher or anybody else who announced that they were going to do a Cyborg film. It was WB years ago said they were going to do a Cyborg solo film. And also that he was going to be in the Flash film. So the idea that
you know why they announced it?
Because they wanted the headline.
They wanted the headline, not just the headline of the name, the headline of the first solo black from the big. Yeah. And wow, did that film because everyone taunts them for Wonder Woman. They claimed a lot of shit. Let's just be really real on that. WB claimed a lot of shit when this stuff started.
Look, I love Ava DuVernay to death. Are we gonna hear anything about her movie?
Yeah,
Remember when they announced her doing?
Every time someone says anything, I'm like, "How's New Gods going?"
Like, we're about to get Eternal. I mean, we'll get to that in a minute, but we're gonna get Eternals from fucking. I have more confidence of getting Eternals from Marvel, and they got that. They haven't really officially announced that movie yet, but we know who the director's gonna be. I have more confidence in that movie coming out way before. New
because
Gods.
you're a rational human being.
It's just. But so to me, the idea that you have one of your stars saying they don't tell me anything until the very last minute, that is insane. That is insane. Not even like, this is not like Tom Holland and, hey, we don't tell him anything because he fucking leaks it, and so we have to keep it. That's not that. It's like we have to, he runs his mouth too much. This is, hey, are you going to get a solo, is your solo film still on the board? Hey, man, I don't even know.
You know what I know, dog? Ah!
What? So then he goes on. There's a ton of people making those kind of decisions behind the scenes, and it would be very, very costly movie to make because it's so CGI heavy with Cyborg. Because I'm the only member of the league that's not in a practical costume. You're going to be looking at $200 million just to make it so it's one of those things where you have to take in consideration. It's a numbers game for so many people at the end of this day. Who is the Cyborg equivalent over at Marvel? Do they have one?
It's the Hulk.
I'm going to say, can we just So
it's the Hulk. It's also fucking Iron Man, by the way.
True. Yeah, but to say, yeah, we got fucking Iron Man.
Hold on. What Ray Fisher just said, and everyone heard no solo movie. Ray Fisher just told you you're never going to see Cyborg again.
Right. That's what he's saying.
If it costs $250 million to make him look good in one movie, add on the cost for the rest of the goddamn movie for a movie that's not just him. I'm sorry. If you're a Cyborg fan, may I direct you to Doom Patrol. It'll be appearing on the DC Universe app sometime eventually, maybe.
Right.
Also, Teen Titans Go is pretty good, I've heard.
Yeah.
He features prominently in that.
Yeah. Get your Cyborg from there. So that's
the thing that I don't get.
What?
Is like if you think about if you and I think back to our first interaction with Cyborg, like Challenge the Super Friend Cyborg, he didn't have to be full CGI.
Early Teen Titan Cyborg isn't
well, there's ways to do this.
Didn't
I hadn't thought about that till right now. I was like, wait a second. Why is he floating half of a face?
Hold on. I gotta see something.
Oh, there is an iteration of Cyborg where he is completely human in appearance.
Yeah.
Just do him like Aaron Stack Machine Man. Have him look like a person, but like this. Oh man, there's so many easier ways to do than the ineffective shit they did.
Nigga, the budget for the 2014 RoboCop movie was only $100 million. It's fucking RoboCop. All you see is his fucking chin. Why would you need to make two?
I guess you could do a practical RoboCop. I did see the new. I think there was a practical RoboCop too, though.
Well, no, I'm talking about for the two. I went with the bad 2014 version that had all the CG and stuff like that. But like the original RoboCop wasn't $100 million either. But again, $100 million gets you RoboCop, where literally the only thing you see of this nigga is his chin. Like literally, that's the chin and his. For some reason,
like your over designing of these characters is that you put you in a fiscal position that's untenable to make shitty movies, which you seem dedicated on making. They seem hell-bent on making shitty movies. I don't get it.
Then there was Cavill-gate, where there was...
I don't know what anybody say. He's done.
Look, either they're going to pay him... Because here's the thing. Let's be honest here, guys. Cavill's team leaked this. They leaked this. This was them in negotiation. His team in negotiation with WB saying, y'all going to pay me. I just came off of... the highest grossing Mission Impossible movie ever. And people love me. I'm actually good at this shit. So y'all gonna either pay me or I'm out. And if I'm out, let's see what the fans think. And they leaked that shit and we'll get into when I go into before you do your what your pitch is, or at least your teaser for the pitch. When I go into what my problem is, why has nobody from WB actually officially come out and said that Cavill isn't gone?
Because once you got to the point where you're publicly negotiating for an already in place deal, it's over. Now they're trying to figure out how everyone get out, keep some face because they can't bring him back.
Because that's what I'm trying to say. It's like,
because if he's done it to them once, he'll do it to them again. And WB, like we can say, what a big piece they want a franchise back since they lost Harry Potter. And they keep scrambling for one. I'll tell you right now, there's no one in WB who says Henry Cavill is big enough to have us get dragged in the mud over.
Because I keep trying to tell people, it's like if it's not, if Cavill's at least is at the very least 1 foot out the door, why did nobody from WB immediately quash this?
This is a leverage move by Cavill. He wants out, and he just got out by going public.
Like, again, remember like a month ago when they were like, we're going to delay Guardians of the Galaxy 3. What have you heard since then? Not a goddamn thing.
They confirmed they're using the script.
Yeah, they had Sean Gunn.
We all knew.
They had James Gunn's brother come out and basically quietly confirm that they're using the script again. So now you know what? All the cast is probably on board again, quietly going back about their business. You don't hear shit. Why? Smooth shop. They know they basically brought everybody in and was like, look, either you shut the fuck up or you're out.
No, I guarantee it wasn't even that. Because that's not how Feige runs that house.
True.
They could have done that.
True.
But they didn't. I guarantee they didn't. Because what does everyone say to a man, whether it's a great Marvel movie or a not great Marvel movie? What do they all say?
They love working
it's
there.
Such a great time on set and working with Marvel.
Yep.
I see what you're saying. They were within their rights to have done so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Well, you know what it is, right? Because I brought this up before. They were playing good cop, bad cop, where they let Alan Horn come out and basically said, it was my decision to let go of James Gunn. Then they let Kevin Feige come in and play the negotiator. Hey, let's talk about maybe can we bring him back? Let's move it over the cast. They let Kevin Feige be the good guy so that he doesn't burn any bridges with his.
Well,
his
and
people.
that's the thing that I think that Marvel gets that Warner Brothers doesn't. First of all, the fact that I have to say Warner Brothers, not DC Films, is fucking ludicrous.
Save that thought, because that's kind of going to what I'm gonna save that because I got you on that.
But I think what they realize, and I see a lot in sports, is yes, it is a commodity business, and yes, it is an entertainment business. But first, internally, it has to be a people business, and the people have to matter, and that's what's happened here. There's been points where they say, hey, you're asking too much, Terrence Howard, you fucking idiot. But, and you get replaced, it's a big fucking deal. No one walks away. No one's like, hey, I'm done with Marvel. Tony's, I call him Tony Stark now. Robert Downey Jr., his contract went up 3 or 4 times. Mm-hmm. He gave him a fucking bridge to do. They let it not count against his Marvel deal to do Spider-Man. And guess what? He's not a cameo.
Yeah.
He's Uncle Ben. He's the father figure that Peter Parker has in the teenage movies. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So there's that. So again, this Cavill thing, like, I'm with you. It's like, how do you keep him after that?
You can't.
I mean,
because all you're doing is telling everyone that we can be held up.
Well, but that answer kind of goes to me with like, WB would be dumb enough to do that then. Because like the rumor now is like, are Cavill and Affleck gone? Because this week, I didn't put this in the notes, but like I think either this week or last week they were talking about, oh yeah, Matt Reeves' script turned his first script in, and people are loving him. Like,
you heard the synopsis of that script?
No, I haven't.
I've heard him talk about it.
No.
It's a super, like, it's like about the duality of man. Nigga, tell a Batman story. Tell a Batman story. Stop getting fancy. Stop trying to tell a fucking larger fucking mythos. You tell me a fucking Batman story. Holy shit. Like, I don't know what happened to, like, white guys of a certain age, but y'all turned Batman into something that he is, but doesn't have to be. At his core, guess what they are? Batman stories.
Hey, we're going to talk about this when we talk about the pull list, but those last 2 issues, up until those last 2 panels, were fucking hilarious. With Nightwing and Batman,
yo,
fucking hilarious. Yo, Nightwing was fucking killing me, yo.
Yo, Dick's over here just cracking the jokiest of jokes.
Yo, look, I'll grunt, you make puns. Yo, I'm sorry. But that was so Batman. It's basically Dick trying to cheer Batman up because he realized Batman's like, he's heartbroken from fucking Selena breaking his heart. So you got Dick over here literally just being an asshole and forcing Bruce to go, like making fun of the ridiculous.
Back to Bloodhaven. I could.
I don't need you here. Yeah, you kind of do. Let's go patrol it. That Condiment Man? Who the fuck is Condiment Man? It's like, oh god. But anyway, that's what you got to do. Just tell a simple story. And no, we're not doing that. So all right. So yeah, is Affleck gone?
Affleck's been gone, hasn't he?
There's no official word.
Okay,
There's no official word.
I'm going to say this for the, I think, third time on this podcast. Ben Affleck was given the role of Batman with the promise that he would be able to write and direct and be Batman.
Yes.
They took away his director's chair. They took away his
writing
pen. And guess what? Ben Affleck's got better things to do than play Batman for you. The guy's got Oscars. Like, I mean, say what you will about Ben Affleck as an actor and director, he can do the job.
Here's my thing. It's like they should let him direct because he's actually is a good director. Why would you like? Because another thing too was like there was a talk about they took away because the what was it? What did he go to rehab for? Was it alcoholism?
Yeah, it's always announced as alcoholism. Who knows what it actually?
Yeah, who knows what it actually was? But it's like, I mean, it's not like that delayed you guys because the movie still don't have a release date. Now you're talking about possibly shooting it next year with possibly a release in 2020. You guys don't even know when the fuck the movie's coming out. So you might as well just left Ben Affleck do
first draft script.
Right. You just turned to the first draft scripted. You haven't cast. You don't know who the fuck knows what's happened. You haven't done any edits. Like, whatever, right? And then, so before I go into the last bit of things, we'll then get into me talking and you getting your thing is, I also want to remind people that Aquaman does come out this year. All right? Notice that we have not mentioned anything about Aquaman. I mean, you had that one thing from Screen Rant about, was that for the current movie, why Aquaman breathes underwater or something like that? Like, I didn't even read it. I saw it. It was just like...
Okay, so apparently, James Wan's dedication to the craft says that when these aquatic people come to the surface world, the first thing they're going to do is vomit water. Because he says to be underwater, you have to have water in your lungs. It only makes sense for you to vomit water. You know what I don't know, Chris? How Iron Man pees in the suit. You know why I don't know that, Chris? Who the fuck cares how? Oh, man. This is the dumb... This is your really stupid friend who smoked a little bit too much weed and thought he was really smart. Like, James Bond's like, so they've got... He's like, I even have them, when they jump in the water, bubbles it first as the air leaves their lungs. I'm like, you're so fucking stupid.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about that shit. Nobody's ever cared about that shit. No, there's never been one comic book where Aquaman hops out of the water and says, 1 second, and vomits.
I'll go some water in my mouth.
What was that, Arthur? Sorry. Like, what?
He even a bigger joke than what Aquaman already is.
Arthur would help, but he hasn't vomited up. Hold on. Go ahead, pull the trigger, Artie. Not funny. I'm the chairman of the league. Sure you are, buddy. We meet on land. You tell me who's the chairman.
So Aquaman comes out December 14th. We've only got the one trailer. Now we've had all this other stuff we're talking about with all these other possible potential movies coming out. We got there's rumors that there might be a potentially second Shazam trailer coming. Why on earth? I don't know, but potentially that's happening. And then we had all of this stuff this Joker film.
Okay, so we'll get to all that. Let's start with the Aquaman presser. Can I ask you a serious question?
What presser?
I mean, exactly. Do they have a big presence at New York Comic Con announced?
Not that I know of. We've been asking.
I know DC media is doing a presentation for Universe and some of the television shows.
Yep,
I hadn't
Titan's
seen
going to be there.
Aquaman yet.
Nope.
It's September. What's the most hype movie you've heard that's coming out in the next 6 months?
You have you just next 6 months or just end of this year?
Next 6 months.
Well, you got Captain Marvel. You have
okay. Hold on, stop. We've gotten a full fucking court press organized release on very prescient days for the character.
Yeah,
it was on Good Morning America, and it debuted in Washington D.C. on the anniversary of the U.S. Air Force. Why is the only time we heard about Aquaman during San Diego? And I say during because after, no one gave a shit. Have you seen a commercial?
I have heard that there are some TV spots that have been coming out.
Where? Because I gotta be honest. As someone who actively reviews a bunch of nerdy shit, I'm kind of your target audience.
Yeah,
and the fact that it hasn't hit my eyeballs yet, a little worrying.
Well, this is the kind of thing that happened. We brought up this with Wonder Woman. There doesn't seem to be, and like it seems like so with Marvel. This is why. Okay, so we have Captain Marvel. I predict the next thing we're gonna get because I believe it'll be Avengers 4 after Captain Marvel. So next big thing we're gonna get from Marvel is gonna be an Avengers 4 something. Whether it's a teaser, whether it's the title. Something's coming for Avengers 4 either next month or November. Then after that, you'll start getting Spider-Man. You get the Spider-Man stuff, and then we're gonna get full press Captain Marvel. That is how Marvel works. They have everything broken out. They don't step on each other's toes. What you're seeing right now is the same thing we brought up with Wonder Woman, which is forget whether we think Aquaman is going to be good or not. It's not about that. This is WB stepping on their own fucking press, their own fucking movie by announcing all this other shit, and you have people talking about everything else but the movie you have coming out in December. Which leads me to this: why the fuck are we getting all of this full court press stuff on this Joker film? Forget whether I think it's going to be a good movie. Forget whether I think it's going to look good. I don't care. Why are we doing this? Why are we releasing test footage of makeup tests? Why are we seeing these images of his of Joaquin Phoenix in makeup on set? Why are we seeing this stuff right now?
If you wanted to promo it, here's what you should have done. You should have just taken that footage of creepy clowns from like 3 years ago, said that was your test footage. Everyone would have laughed and moved the fuck on. But no, now I've got to tell you about yourself and your shitty marketing and your shitty Joker.
I'd even buy doing something. Here's the thing. I'd even buy doing something on Halloween. I'd even buy that. I'd buy that. If you did it on Halloween, I would buy that as being like, hey, I can't even lie. Smart marketing.
Just be like, see you next year.
Yo, smart marketing. It's Halloween. You have the clown prince of crime. Yes, that's when you do the marketing for that. Why are you doing it now in September? Why are we seeing stuff now for it? It shouldn't fucking matter. It shouldn't be on my fucking radar.
So what I think's happened. This is a theory I've had about Warner Brothers marketing for a long time. Because if you remember, like they haven't had to market very much ever.
No.
So for the Harry Potter movies, guess what, kids?
It's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. You're gonna see it. And guess what, parents? It's Harry Potter. They're going to see it and you're going to pay. And for the DC stuff, a lot of it's, if you look at, even like, say what you will about Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman, the spots weren't great.
It's basically, it's Batman.
Pieces that you could have taken from those movies out of context to punch up those trailers. It feels like a lot of the marketing for these movies is, it's fucking Batman and it's fucking Superman.
Yes.
And I think that, like, their structure said that we can roll on the name DC and just have them show up. What they failed to realize, or at least alter their course in, is the fact that the name DC don't mean shit today.
It doesn't.
Not in film.
Well, it does mean, actually, no, I take that back. It does mean something. Shit.
There you go. Look at that. Turn a phrase.
It means shit. So you have to be more specific about what you're doing. So again, I brought this up, and again, personally, I don't want a Joker film. I think a Joker film is stupid. Doesn't make any sense. However, after looking at what they showed us in that, and what we see in that little in the little leak test footage, which again, when stuff like that leaks, it had to come from the studio because houses is fucking leaking. I'm like, okay, this is how you promote it, whether you like it or not. This is the prequel. It shows you how the Joker from the Dark Knight series became Joker. Mm-hmm. Doesn't work for me and you. We still think it's stupid. However, general public makes sense.
But the thing is, it doesn't make sense because that movie came out 2008.
Who cares? Nobody cares.
Okay. I'm 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to do this now, which will be next year, 11 years later, and to have restarted the continuity, people like you'll get a nostalgia pop and you'll get a pretty good opening weekend. If this is going to tie to the Nolan films, it's a dangerous gamble.
What other gamble do you have? What other gamble do you have? Because how do you? So here's my thing: how do you promote a Joker film? How do you promote a Joker film with no Batman in it?
One bad day and have him laughing. Like I don't get it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know it's going to be The Man Who Laughs. That's going to be. It's got to be the title of the film, right? Joker.
No, they're going to call it Joker.
Oh God. Like I don't.
And the advertising is going to be a big fucking playing card. It's going to be so goddamn lazy. My head's going to spin. Oh my God! When this happens, someone who's listening to this podcast, get that clip so that when this happens and my head actually explodes, you can say cause of death, Warner Brothers film movie.
Because, again, I look at it like, hey, because here's the thing. I think remove the idea of Joker and Batman, what we think as fans and how we love these characters. You can still make this a good film. Just like, I know how you feel about the Nolan films, and it's like they're not really Batman films. They're just about a cop.
They're good movies.
They're good movies, though. So you can. So here's the thing. I will say you can still make this film a good movie, and while it might not satisfy the nerds like me and you, it can satisfy the general public. My thing is this, and this goes into what my problems with DC and WB is. Why aren't you lit in? It goes back to everything we've said here is, where is your person who gets in front of all this stuff and tells not me and you, but the general audience what the fuck they're doing? And I know what you're going to say. They don't know. They don't have a plan. Say that. Yeah. Say, we don't have a plan right now, but this is what we're doing, A, B, and C, right? Because right now, when you look at this stuff, there is no actual plan. So right now, because in the same week they released this stuff about this Joker film where you get Todd Phillips doing the test, and then you have these images, Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, stuff like that. That same week, you then get the screenwriters for the Joker and Harley film talking about it's going to be a mixed mashup of This Is Us and what was it? Something fucking stupid. It's like This Is Us and was it When Harry Meets Sally or something? It was something stupid.
All I know is they're going to kidnap Dr. fucking Phil.
Right.
Fuck you.
Well,
fuck you.
Yeah, and then they're
fuck you. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
But again, so why are you stepping on your own movie? Why are you stepping on your own movie?
Like not even that. Like
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't even. It was Bad Santa and This Is Us. Does that sound like a good fucking movie to you? Sounds fucking stupid.
What's that even mean? Like what?
What does that? Right? What does that even mean? Well, it's provocative.
That's your own thing. I was about to say that shit.
The fuck. So again, what are you doing? So again, me and you can see the difference between Leto's Joker and Harley Quinn and what they're doing and saying that, okay, that's in the DC this DC extended universe and this cinematic universe, and then there's this Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, which is this Elseworld on his own thing like that. And I had somebody was like, well, no, it's fine. It's an Elseworld. I was like, all right, clearly you read comic books, you understand this. You know what the fucking Elseworld is.
Yeah, He used the word Elseworlds, which is
the general.
Yeah.
The general public doesn't know what the goddamn Elseworld is. Like, do you like? Again, this is the one sad thing. The one negative of what Marvel Studios is doing is they make it almost seem like it was too easy. I was like, do you guys understand that to get to Infinity War with all these characters and get that? Like, Ashanti comes with me to some of these movies, right? I still have to explain to her where some of these characters came from because she doesn't watch all the movies. She's not into this world. She doesn't understand who these people are, what their powers are, and things like that, right? I have to explain her and help her along with that stuff, right? Marvel's made it easy because they've kind of made it easy to connect the fucking dots. So when you come in with this Joker film coming out, and we've already seen Jared Leto's Joker in the Suicide Squad movie, which they're doing Suicide Squad 2, and there's this Joker, there's this like, so how do you explain this Joker film? So is this connected to, so what is this connected to, so is Ben Affleck's Batman going to be in here? Oh, no, it's a different world. What do you mean it's a different world? It's an Elseworld. Like, what does that mean?
They've crippled DC because when you go to a Batman movie, you're going to say, how's this tied to the last one?
And here's the thing. Because I remember when they announced, quietly announced the DC World thing at I'm sorry, I'm not even going to say quietly announced. When they said DC Worlds at San Diego Comic-Con, what they should have done at that point was come out with a full court press on what that means. They did not do that. I dare you to find any kind of official word and official press on what the fuck they mean by DC Worlds. They do not have anything. And because of that, there is no easing any of the average person into this world to understand what it means. So again, now you have these movies announced. You have this Birds of Prey movie. You have this Harley Quinn and Joker film. You have this Todd Phillips Joker film. You have Wonder Woman 1984 coming out, and you have Shazam coming out. What universe are any of those movies in? Is Shazam in the DC Worlds part, the Elseworld part? Is it in the like? You have not come out with any kind of plan, and because you haven't said anything. Like you said, they have now crippled DC, crippled the fan base so that nobody knows what the fuck is going on. And that is the problem. That is the biggest. Forget whether I, the nerd, thinks this movie is good. I'm irrelevant. I don't care. I'm not the one that makes that makes Infinity War $2 billion. You know how Infinity War made $2 billion? Because the average person who might have only seen like 2 or 3 movies went to go see Infinity War because they wanted to see Black Panther or they wanted to see something like this. Black Panther made $1.6 billion because you had black people, they ain't never seen a Marvel movie going, an all black cast? Who's this character? I'm going to see that shit. Those are the people that move the numbers. Those are the people that get in the theaters. It's not me. It's not the assholes on Twitter who are go release the Snyder Cut. It's not them. So what are you doing? Where is your person? Where is your Kevin Feige? Because one of the most underrated things that Kevin Feige does is, besides being a great producer, which is so underrated in what he does as a producer, he's also the spokesperson for Marvel Studios. So he comes out and he tells people, this is what we're doing. This is what we're looking at. This is the plan. Not even in the big, this is what our next phase is, because that's coming soon. He's going to do another one of those big, this is what's in phase 4, this is what's in phase 5. He's also in front of every fucking interview. He was talking about, we'll be doing this, and, like, we're bringing this in. He's made some comments about Kamala Khan, things like that. Like, he is the guy. When Kevin Feige says, is this, we know that's happening. Who is the guy or the one or the gal over at WB right now?
The thing about Feige is, it's not always right. You don't always know exactly, because he told us that humans could be a movie. And
yep.
Thank Christ it was.
Yep.
So what the most important thing is that, not that it's right all the time, but there's one place of information, and he's an authority.
He builds confidence.
And exactly. We have confidence. What he says may not happen exactly, because God knows what the future holds. But what he says is said with the confidence and knowledge that he has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
The roadmap may change, but motherfucker, there's a roadmap.
Like, remember, they all shifted all the movies down one when they brought in Spider-Man Homecoming. Mm-hmm. And we were like, okay, cool. You had a plan. You got Spider-Man. You shifted everything down. But the road keep moving.
Black Panther up because it was supposed to come out on Independence Day, which I still would have loved.
Yeah. They moved everything around. I was like, oh, train doesn't stop. You have one person, you have one voice. Shit, go over to Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy is running Lucasfilms. Authority figure. Who was the person? The new person over at WB, I believe, the DC Films, was it Walter Hamada or whatever his name is?
Number 4.
Huh? Yeah, right. When has he given any interviews about what's going on over there?
And maybe that's by design. Maybe it's a closed ranks kind of period where you're trying to figure out what the plan is. But he's got to be in front. It can't be he's got his hands on everything behind the scenes. Well, he's got to be in front. He's got to be the guy selling this.
Well, here's the thing.
At this point, you got to sell it.
Well, here's the thing. If it's a closed rank period, then nobody should be talking. Because that's a problem. So many people are talking, saying different things. And this is the problem I had before BVS came out. When I was still believing in WB and the DC films. My problem was, like, why are they not getting ahead of any of these rumors? Remember Suicide Squad, when there was rumors about them reshooting to make changing the tone and things like that? And it took them like 3 weeks to come out and deny those. And it turned out it was true. It's like when your silence means the rumor's true. So when you don't say anything, when you don't come out and deny immediately that Henry Cavill's leaving, Henry Cavill's leaving.
Well, the rumor was true about Suicide Squad.
Well,
they
right.
did reshoot the back half of that movie.
But that was the thing, right? You can't come in after 3 weeks of silence and then try to tell us, no,
didn't lie. You can't lie late. Lie early.
You can't do it. Get in front of it. It's been how many years? It's been at least because even before Justice League came out, we were hearing rumors that Affleck was out as Batman.
Yeah.
So it's been at least over a year. Why has nobody come out and said this was happening, or why has nobody come out and said you gotta be quiet? What is going on? You need to have somebody there. Forget whether I think these are good ideas or something. Forget whether I think having a Birds of Prey movie, which again, looking at the casting, hey, looks like a good cast.
Casting.
But here's the thing. Forget that. Let's say it looks like a good cast. Maybe it's a good movie. Here's the thing, though. You gotta who's telling us about this? Who's getting in front of us to tell us this? When is that movie even looking to come out? When are you even thinking about this happening? You brought Duvernay and made a big stink about her, doing the New Gods. When is that movie going to come out? When is she even going to start production of that movie? Like, when I hear everybody talk about this, the thing that bothers me so much about the New Gods thing is we hear them talking about everything else but that movie. I
hear about everything Ava's doing but that movie.
Right. I don't
know when she's going to film it.
Right. She has all this other shit going on right now. So it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, this is not about hating DC. This is about Warner Brothers as a studio having what seems to be no PR department, no marketing department, no communication department, no anybody to get in front and book interviews and tell people this is what's going on. Like, get perfect example of this. When you go to San Diego Comic-Con and you're on Hall H for Marvel Studios, do you know who's always there?
Who?
Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige's always there. He's the one that basically is the main guy in every single panel. He's always
There's no question who runs that show.
There's no question who runs that show. You know what happens when it's WB? They bring out the individual people. That's it. The individual shows and their stuff. There is no overarching person connecting everything between each other. The only time that they did do that was when there was Snyder. Because I actually here's the scary thought now as I'm thinking about it is, it makes me think that Snyder was the guy. Now that he's gone, they don't know they don't have anybody, and they don't know they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody to talk to anything. And this is why when you hear stupid things like Snyder coming out and giving side things about, oh yeah, that was Dick, that was actually Dick Grayson in the suit, not Jason Todd. Dick Grayson's the one that actually died. He can do that now because he had all the control, and he can say all this stuff on that other little social media thing he uses with all his fucking fans and drives them fucking crazy. Because and WB can't do shit. If I was them, I'd tell them, hey, they're still letting Snyder control the narrative, even though he's not doing any of their fucking movies.
It's because there's no PR, like you said, no PR department.
That's where my problem. That's where my anger at this Joker stuff is coming out at. That's where it's like, because here's the thing. Maybe it'll be an individually good movie. Maybe in its own little bubble by itself, it'll be good. But that's not good enough. That is not to be successful. And with everything that DC has access to, they should be way more successful than this bullshit. That's all I got.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Are we ready for solutions?
Yeah. Let me hear your solutions.
Do you have one? Besides, I think because you cut me, you told me to put a pin in this earlier. I think you've got an idea of DC films. I think that's kind of ties into what you just mentioned.
Yeah, no, my thing is they like, I'm fine with the world because you know what's crazy to me? The Arrowverse runs so much smoother. Do that. You have the blueprint. You have the blueprint. You know. I'm not saying you bring the TV people, and I've heard people say, just bring the TV. That doesn't work, guys. Logistically, it's a mess. You cannot just do that. Don't. Just take that, what they are doing over there. Like, you hear the motherfuckers talk about, I'll say this for Sunday, the motherfuckers talk, you heard what the name of the fucking crossover is going to be, right?
We'll talk about that on that podcast.
I mean, it might, whether it's a good idea or not, but like we just mentioned about Elseworlds. Nigga, I part of me believes that WB TV at this point is making fun of DC films. I think they're doing it on purpose. Because how are they doing it better? Whether we have our issues with the shows and things like that, but as a unit, that organization over there has expanded a world that went from a realistic, super realistic, grounded version of Green Arrow into a world that has Superman, Supergirl, and Batwoman and the Flash in it. How are you not? How,
they did it slowly. They did it patiently. That's something that
they have somebody in charge at the top.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I've written this out. It's on my hard drive. 8 films to fix DC. And the first one is a layup. The teaser opens with the DC logo we all know and love. And then you hear, you see a street go by. And you see a second street go by, and we cut to a spray can routed on the floor. We look up, and it just says Titan spray painted above it, and a date spray painted beneath it. And you pan over to Kid Flash leaning against the wall and says, "You guys aren't ready." And he runs off screen. Your first movie is Titans. It's easy. You don't have to really. You can invoke the big three without bringing them in.
Kid friendly.
You get the Robin line from that Jeff Johns run. Did you lie to whoever your mentor is? I lie to Batman as they sneak out of the tower. Do that movie.
It's a kids movie. You get kids.
No, it's a PG-13, like it's a Jurassic Park.
Right.
It is a middle of the fucking road Marvel movie that you just do. Teen Titans have their mentors be like the boogeymen, and they're gonna have their own adventure, and that's what happens. And at the end of that movie, we get our first glimpse of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, whoever the fuck you want to cast. And Batman says, "You should have disobeyed." Wonder Woman says, "We're glad you're okay." Superman winks and says, "You kids did good work." That's your first movie. Chris.
Layup.
Chris. I have 7 more. WB at Dpalm66. I'll be your Feige.
No, we didn't even mention. I'm sorry, we didn't even mention the one image of DC Universe's Titans that came out. It was just like, I'm done. I can't even try. I can't even try to defend this at this point. We'll see what happens. It comes out in the middle of next month, but like, I'm just.
Yeah, that's the place you need to be. That's the right. You found the place. Congratulations.
I mean, The DC world is so big and so vast. There's so many things they could be doing right now, but it all comes out. It comes back to what I was saying too. It's like you have to have someone. You have to communicate with the fans what's going on, and you get to also because not only does it show that you have it's not even about you having a plan, it's so that you have confidence. At this point, there's a vote of no confidence out there with Warner Brothers when it comes to DC. But it's partly because DC shows no confidence in itself. You're showing no confidence when a star of one of your stars was supposed to be of your solo movie doesn't even know when you're going to use him next. And they're talking about I'm the only CGI character, so who knows when I'm going to like. And what kills me is whether we agree or not, people liked Ray Fisher as Cyborg. They were like, oh, he was one in the reviews. He's one of the bright spots in those reviews.
And if I may, he's only a bright spot because he's not a dark spot like the rest of that fucking movie. But he has like 7 lines. Fuck that. Anyone who says that Ray Fisher was good in that movie, I'm like, what? Tell me the Ray Fisher moment
but again,
grabbed you by the heartstrings and said, let me take you on a journey through the narrative of storytelling in the medium of film. Let me show you the depth of character that Ray Fisher brings to the big screen.
No, hey, look. I agree with you. You're right there.
Face.
But I'm going off of a studio exec point of view. If you're looking at reviews, one of the bright spots, for whatever reason, was Ray Fisher.
They picked the thing that was in the movie the least.
So hey, doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. That was I've
heard that shit since this movie came out, and I don't get it. I refuse to watch it.
No. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine if you don't. Because remember, I'm not even talking at this point. I'm not even aiming movies at you.
No, I'm not aiming at me either. I'm talking about me as a moviegoer.
I know. Hey, you're right.
Nothing about his performance was noteworthy.
No, you're right. But you're exec looking at those returns come in that aren't great. You're looking at those reviews that aren't great. The one thing that people are giving credit to is Ray Fisher. For whatever reason.
I just wanted to explain them.
Right. Whatever reason. So then
it's one of those things that like doesn't make sense to you, so you can't accept it. That's where I am with this.
Right.
I don't get it.
All right, that's fine. But that is what it is. So your reaction to that is then to not tell him what next film he's going to be in and don't even know if he's going to have a solo film. Like how do you make that fucking like you're not even on some maybe we can move him over and put him into the Titan show or move him into DC Universe. We'll find some way to use him. You're not even you're at this point, forget being a comic fan. Just from a business point of view, you're leaving money on the goddamn floor. You're leaving money on the floor.
I think we're over exaggerating the one good. I don't think Ray Fisher opens a movie on the name Ray Fisher.
No, he's not. He's not going to. He's not going to. But if that's the only good thing you had coming out of Justice League, outside of Wonder Woman, how do you then not use him?
Because if you see that he's the one good thing to come out, you scrap the whole fucking thing.
I'm just saying. They're not even trying. They're not doing the most basic of business. Most basic of business is I would use the things that work. And you didn't. They're not even trying. So, fuck it, whatever. Going from the things that did not work, to things that do work, that Captain Marvel trailer, guys.
All right, we're at Marvel now. Before we get to trailers, I have a question for you. Are you Spider-Man yet?
Oh, I'm looking across the room at the PS4 that is still in the box right now.
What is wrong with you?
I have not had the time.
Let's move on. No.
I'm hoping to get some time this weekend after we do our podcasting so I can set it up. But I for those who don't know, I went out and I finally got a PS4 with the game. I told everybody that I was not getting it early unless one of those Spider-Man consoles came available, and the universe said, "Challenge accepted." And they became available. I bought mine, so I now have one of those. I'm sorry, that console looks sweet as shit. I couldn't pass that shit up. I mean, I didn't care.
I have put on hold our Playing Dead for this now that I know he has one. We're waiting. We're literally waiting on you.
Yeah, I'll have it I'll be playing it by next week. By this week.
I figure. And once you start, I'm really sorry.
That's why that's one of the reasons why I didn't hook it up immediately, because I know we have so much other shit going on right now. So I was like, I have other responsibilities. I cannot do this right now.
That first time you swing, you're gonna call out a lot of shit. You're like, I can't make it to X, Y, and Z, man.
Yeah, I know. Look, I got New York Comic Con next week, so I cannot get too caught up in this game right now. I would not go. So
you may not want to open it then.
Right. So, Captain Marvel trailer, guys. I mean, we've talked about this on the show, but I've not talked about it with you yet, officially on air. But why are they doing this to us, man?
Doing what to what? They ain't hurt us. They love us and want us to be happy. It's evidenced by that fucking trailer. Yo, what makes her a hero? When I tell you Marvel will cut you a fucking trailer. So before I sat down to do this, Iron Man 3 is on FX. And we were watching the beginning of it while we were eating dinner before I sat down to record. And I said, you know what? Watching it again, I like this movie a lot more than I did. And the reason I didn't like Iron Man 3, I've talked about it on these airwaves, but I'll say it again. I felt like because you gave me the trailer shot of all the armors together, the entire movie, I'm waiting on that shot.
Yeah.
It's the exact moment Marvel changed their marketing, by the way.
Yeah, it's their worst cut trailer because they got, yeah.
But I think as like an introspective character piece on Tony Stark, it's way better.
Yes.
It's not as action heavy, but like it was a chance they took, and it works a lot, especially in the space in his art. It got him to the place that he had to be for Civil War.
Yeah. It is a character-defining movie.
I had PTSD. I literally almost died. I was in space. I interacted with something I don't understand, which is why Thanos is saying his name in Infinity War. I was really impressed watching it again. The nuance of the performance by Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a really, even Paltrow, Favreau, I thought the main cast and the interpersonal stuff was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee the reason I don't like that movie is because I was waiting on those fucking suits the whole time. And the part of that to me as a viewer. And that was when I was like, I'm out on trailers for a while. Mm-hmm. And I took time away, and the Marvel was like, no, we got you. Trust us. We're going to put things in this trailer that aren't in the movie.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And you're right about that being the time when they change their trailers and how they do it. And they no longer show you everything. And
don't show us shit now. I don't know what the fuck is happening in Captain Marvel. All I know is I'm very excited and she punches an old lady.
It's a teaser. Here's the thing. It's a teaser. They don't show us. They're not trying to show us a lot. They did show her kind of powering up and going binary, which makes me go, if you're showing that in the teaser.
They got something for us. They got something for us. I'm telling you, I'm excited, man. Scrolls on the beach. The autopsy scene was really dope. Have you seen, like, if you look at the poster on the, I guess if you're facing it left side of the poster, her cat's there.
Yeah, I saw that.
In the comic, which is really dope. There's just so much care and so much attention to detail, and it's such a positive message in that trailer. Mm-hmm. Watching her get knocked down and watching her keep standing up, and when she makes that fist at the end, I cheered. I was like, and I don't want. I'm one of those people who says you don't have to denigrate other things to lift up other things you love.
I know what you're about to do right now, but go ahead and do it.
No, because you thought you knew what you wanted when you got Wonder Woman.
Look,
you thought you knew. World, you better find out, man. This is some real Carol as a character. It's one of those things where we all have favorite characters. And a lot of our favorite characters at different times aren't used in the ways that we would love. And Carol was never one of my favorite characters. But watching Brian Michael Bendis in House of M identify the fact that she should mean more and then make concrete steps in the books that he wrote to make her mean more matters a lot to me. Mm-hmm. This is a good reminder that there are no bad characters, only misused ones.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me give any book a shot. It's why I was reading Squirrel Girl, man. It's why if you have the care for the character, it's why there's a reboot of Howard the Duck that I've been told that I must read. I think it's a miniseries. I'm gonna read it. Mm-hmm. Because there's no such thing as a bad character, just misused ones. And when Carol's done right, she looks a lot like what Brie Larson was doing in that teaser.
Yep. Yep. I'm very excited to see how this is gonna. Well, I already know how this is gonna go. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Also, could you put this in there? And I'm seeing more of them. You just put the Captain America leaked image from Avengers 4. Did you see the rest of the images that kind of leaked?
No.
Yeah, there were other ones. So there was the Ronin costume for Hawkeye. There was Iron Man back in what looks like a Mark III suit.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, or maybe it might have been either Mark III or maybe the Mark 7, the one from Avengers.
Right.
But Captain America has scale armor
For the first time in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the scale armor is like one of those like weird artistry things that you see in like really good depictions of Captain America. Like John Cassidy's Captain America always had it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I didn't realize we never had until I saw it. I was like, oh shit. So
which again goes with these images leaking. Again, goes to my theory that okay, we just did the Captain Marvel. We did the Captain Marvel EW cover. We did the teaser. Avengers 4 stuff is coming soon. I haven't seen people go, we haven't got anything for Avengers 4. I'm like, guys.
Not coming soon.
You wait until you do Captain Marvel first, then you do Avengers, and then we're gonna do Spider-Man. That's how this shit always goes.
You know when's coming?
When?
When's that release date for Aquaman, dog?
It's December. I thought about that too. I think that might be too late for them.
Marvel's gonna give us a Christmas present. A full Captain Marvel teaser, full Captain Marvel trailer, and the same day an Avengers 4 teaser.
Oh yeah. I think Avengers 4 might come before then, but we're definitely going to get something around that. Something's definitely going to come out during Aquaman. It's either going to be like you said, another Captain Marvel trailer, a full trailer for that, or it might be something for Spider-Man because Spider-Man shooting right now is too.
Mm-hmm.
So but the idea that you're not going to get something, they're going to do that because look, even going back to the Captain Marvel trailer, that was the same font as Wonder Woman.
Exact same font. Like they are some super petty, like
same font, same color, and it's like I'm sorry, it was very blatant. Like it was petty.
It was a nice try. You good job, good effort.
We mentioned it also before. They've announced a director for Eternals. Chloe Zhao is going to be doing Eternals. So they're going to be doing the Eternals, which I'm again, if the director's here, which means I believe we'll get Phase 4 announcements coming soon about what's coming up in that next phase.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it
technically starts with Spider-Man.
Yeah. Which means we got to, because again, they're already planned. We already know this is, they already know, here's the thing. If they're doing, they already know. And here's the thing, this is not a, the stuff that they've been doing is because I think they don't want to officially, they want to kind of announce that some of the stuff is going to happen because I know they got to start building up for these Phase 4 movies. They're going to start shooting in 2019 for 2020. But I also know that they don't want to spoil this title for Avengers 4, right, and that it's got spoilers in it. So I think that's what we're seeing here, where they're trying to, because normally Marvel doesn't like kind of let things like this happen. Like this is not like a rumor or something like that. Like she is going to be the director of this movie, but this movie hasn't even really been announced yet officially. So you're like, that's normally not how they work. But it seems like to me that they know all this stuff and it's still kind of going with their release plan, but they don't want to give anything away, which really makes
they're not letting their hires and what this announced dictate how they're going to present it.
Exactly.
Which is again the confidence you speak to.
You control the narrative.
Exactly.
I mean that's business 101. I'm excited. Like the Eternal, like it also kind of goes to when they were saying that, hey, when it comes to Phase 4, we're going to after this phase, we're going a completely different direction. Everybody was like, oh well, X-Men. I'm like, no, guys, no.
They're going high weirdness, which is why Doctor Strange is around, which is why Carol's gonna be half Kree, which is why certain families gonna get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one does high weirdness like that family who lives in the Baxter.
Yep.
And it's Phase 4. Like, guys, I'm so happy.
Right. Because, like, seriously,
we can have a whole X-Men podcast again. I'm sure we will. But, like, these 4 coming home mean really a lot to this Marvel heart.
Phase 4 with the Fantastic Four, it
means a lot to me.
I mean, when you look at what they're doing with this Captain Marvel stuff, even with Black Panther being released in Black History Month, Captain Marvel's teaser being released on the anniversary of the Air Force, and then the movie being released on in International Women's Day in Women's Month. It's like they do things. They're becoming very, very symbolic in some of the things they do. So this idea that you're getting Phase 4.
You know when it's going to come out too?
When?
July 4th. They're going to make Independence Day the Fantastic 4 day around the world.
I'm just saying, guys.
Oh my God. Oh, Kevin. Oh, you brilliant bastard, dude.
So, let me check on Twitter real quick. See, did that?
No. I said we should be. No, I'm not talking about it. Even if it's out, I don't want to watch it. I was like, what it's going to do is make me watch it live on the damn podcast. I don't want to do that to myself.
I'm checking to see if the Dark Phoenix trailer has been released. I'm not seeing anything right now. So who knows if that's happening?
Terrible. Here's what I'm saying. What the fuck is this? This is terrible. Why are they releasing this shit? Oh my god! They even took the X-Men name off of it. That's alright.
They really did take the X-Men name off of it.
So funny. It's so small and petty.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, so it hasn't released yet. So you're spared on that one. What else do we have on this list of things? Let's say the comic stuff before when we go into the poll.
Let's talk about the teaser.
What teaser?
You know what teaser?
The teaser for Dark Phoenix?
The poster that got released today.
Oh, I thought we were really just going to skip over that shit. I mean,
I have something to say.
Okay.
So Chris and I have been outspoken that the Boys television show probably shouldn't happen.
Oh, you're talking about the Boys? That shit. I completely wiped it out of my memory. But yes, go ahead.
And
so we're talking about the Boys. The Amazon released a teaser poster for the Boys today.
It's a live action rendition of the first cover.
Yes.
And there's I've been told I sound like Seth Rogen on podcasts sometimes, and I've always fought it. But then I read this tweet by him 4 hours ago, and I realized that maybe I too am Seth Rogen. I'm thrilled to have been part of bringing another one of my favorite comics to life. I think you will dig Boys. Now, we can talk about who's going to get arrested for producing this, whatever happens. Not because we think it'll be bad, because I've seen Preacher. Preacher's really good. I think Seth Rogen's got the chops to make it happen well, but if it happens well, he has to go to jail.
We all have to go to jail.
I think we all have to go to jail. I honestly think it's one of those Iron Spartacus things. It's really bad. But I'll say this. If I had a bunch of money and a bunch of clout, you know what I'd be doing? Filming comics I love.
Yeah.
I read that tweet and I was like, all right, fuck it. I was like, you're going to go to jail behind this shit. But you know what? I can't tell you, given the same resources, this isn't me.
Anybody who watches this, you can't write a think piece. Because
this is a think piece free zone.
It's.
Unless they and it won't happen because I watch Preacher. Unless they take all the edge off, then you can write a think piece.
Right.
But if it is in any way faithful to the source material, I don't want to hear word fucking one out of nobody.
We're all in this together. We're all accomplices.
We're all going to agree that no one watched it when it breaks Amazon Prime streaming records. As a group, none of us watched it. I don't know what you're talking about. The whole world watched it. It's more than the population of Earth. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'm one of the people who didn't. I will tell that lie.
If you ask me,
all y'all go to jail.
If you ask me, somebody's going to do this. If somebody asks me on Twitter or on Facebook, hey, did you catch the Boys? I'm going to be like, I don't know you, and I'm going to block you. Because we do not talk about this on open airways.
You must be the feds.
Right.
But that tweet got me. It made me think for a second, like, am I just scared that all people are going to get arrested behind this shit? And that's part of it. But it's also like selfishly, like if I was this kind of pull, you would have had Y the Last Man by now. I'll tell you that fucking much.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you would have had if I was in his position and I could get my hands on like some real shit and get my production with some real shit. I hope Seth Rogen gets involved with the X movies.
Yeah,
because you watch the shit that they produce, they care more than I could ever say for Fox. These cats care about the source material.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just have a real brief moment of silence for New Mutants. Because that's going to be like a traded fucking torrented video. That's going to be the Justice League on CBS pilot. That's going to be the unreleased Fantastic Four movie with Herbie. This is going to be really bad. That's never coming out.
I like it.
They took X-Men off Dark Phoenix, Chris. New Mutants is never coming out. I don't think that's a stretch at all.
No, I definitely don't. I definitely don't think like Dark Phoenix is definitely coming out. I've always been like New Mutants might never come out.
They may eat this movie because like everyone's got the checks, right? Fuck out. Mm-hmm. What? Get the fuck out. The movie's like, oh no.
What's the bottom line on this one? Yeah.
We'll eat that. That's fine. That's a Star Wars weekend. We'll do that. Disney's got the money.
Yep.
You know what we'll do? We'll re-release Infinity War before A4 comes out. That's our money. There you go. We just pay for New Mutants.
Right.
That's easy.
We'll cut you a check. We'll just
just cash a check.
We'll cut you a check and see.
It wasn't as much as that weekend. Sorry. Take the overage. Keep the change. You're right. Good.
We'll cut you a check and say we'll say we released it. We'll just say
We'll do a DVD thing or something. We'll put it on the streaming network, the Disney streaming network.
That might get people to not be on the streaming network.
We should probably talk about the streaming network.
Oh yeah, you know what? I almost didn't put that in there. I told you guys I was gonna buy Disney's. Yes, it's never a question. It was never in doubt. Now it definitely isn't in doubt. They're talking about doing original content TV movies with some of the movie stars from the MCU with these TV short series under Marvel Studios and the direction of Kevin Feige.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Are you serious? Yo, because you know what we're going to get? Dormage.
You also got, they're talking about doing one with Scarlet Witch. They got Loki, because obviously...
I think her and Loki will be first, because they wouldn't have said it otherwise.
Right. You know...
But I think we're going to get Dormage in one of these.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If that works, maybe we'll get an actual proper X-Men series.
Shut the fuck up.
Because X-Men work really well on TV, guys.
Plus, if Marvel's going super cosmic, maybe you want to do like a 10-episode Spider-Man series.
Huh? Why not? Because you can get everything. Because now that Because I'm trying to say, people are like, why didn't they do this with like Agent Shield and It's different. Network TV, the shooting for network TV and having to do this cover trying. People are like, why don't the shows connect more? I'm like, well, when you think about Agent of Shield, they're basically shooting 10 months out of the year when they're doing Agent of Shield. When they did the people look at the tie-in to Winter Soldier, they were able to do that because, well, Winter Soldier had already been planned. The plan was already there. What was happening in Winter Soldier? What was happening in Winter Soldier was already going to happen. Right. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't able to write from there. But what happens is, well, the next Captain America movie didn't come out for another 2-3 years after that. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. had 3 fucking seasons because they keep going. They can't hold up. But when you do streaming, and this is how you start getting the movie stars in, you can shoot streaming like it's a movie.
Christian Ritter isn't on set for Jessica Jones for 2 months. They film it like a movie.
You film it like a movie, you get in and out, and then you can release them when you want to. That's where their appeal is stream. That's what, and it's not just with Marvel, because you're seeing this with Henry Cavill. When people are like, we think he's gone, he's doing the Witcher series for I think Netflix or Amazon or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Netflix.
Well, because it's like, again, he's a movie star. Why would he do a TV show? Because it's not really TV. He's shooting it like it's a movie. You're in and you're out, and then you can do a bunch of other shit. You're not. That's why you don't see a lot of TV stars who are starring in their own on TV shows and going in there. That's why I go back and people are like, well, you should have just got Grant Gustin to be the Flash in the movies. It's like, so then you don't want the Flash TV show.
Yeah, it's like when would you like Grant Gustin for 3 months?
Right.
He doesn't have it.
Yeah, like when did he get time? Like when did he get time for himself? You know, so but when you're shooting at things like it's a movie, then everything gets done, like you said, in 2-3 weeks. You're done, in and out. You can still do whatever you fucking want. You can go on vacation. You can do another 2 or 3 movies. Like you can do whatever you want.
Chris,
So
it goes back to what we talked about earlier. Are you in the commodity business or are you in the people business?
mm-hmm.
These are people. They treat them like people. They find the best way for people to make it work.
This also allows you to keep around some of these stars if they're dead in the current MCU. You can kind of do flashbacks or something like that. You can keep a character like Loki around. You can do all these you now can find ways to keep some of these people that have fan bases and make more bank. I told you guys, between Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars alone, Disney has my money on a streaming service. They have because the thing about streaming services, where I'm like, I'm not paying for all the streaming services. If you don't have original content, why would I do it?
Right.
But Disney has enough stuff that they can do original content, and they're doing it smartly. They're not doing it like CBS did, where the only original content they really had was Star Trek Discovery, and then you had to wait another fucking year. So I just canceled my subscription, and now they're eventually going to have Twilight Zone, which I am going to be watching. Yes, I'm a Twilight Zone mark. I'll be watching Twilight Zone. But like once that shit is over, I cancel and I wait until the next. Yeah, I cancel them and I come back when the shit I want to watch is back on. What Marvel and what Disney is doing right now, they're basically loading up. They're preloading their streaming service with a bunch of shit. So when they announce it and it officially comes out and everything's ready to go, they are ready to go with shit at launch time. So you have these Marvel shows. You have remember, there's a Star Wars show supposed to be coming out that they're working on. So you have all these things coming out, and then and then you have the back catalog of other Marvel stuff, other DC stuff. I mean, other Marvel stuff, other Disney stuff. The Vault,
Clone Wars, and Rebels.
Come on,
bruh.
Come on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Last thing, and then we'll get into our pull list and we'll wrap this up. Comic book stuff. So one for Marvel and one for DC. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do DC.
All right. We've been talking about it. Time for another crisis.
Did you read it yet?
No, I'm so far behind on DC stuff, so I didn't read it. I did know that. I did know there was a big twist coming in, and so I'll talk to you afterwards. I don't care if it's spoiled for me, but
okay, we'll talk afterwards.
Yeah. So isn't it? Is Tom King writing that?
It's Tom King, and so for those who don't know what it is, this is called Heroes in Crisis. It's a story about it's a murder mystery, much like 2004, I believe, Identity Crisis by Brad Meltzer and Alex Morales. This is Clayman and Tom King. Clayman, if you know Clayman's art, you know it's a beautifully done book. Tom King is drawing on his experiences as a former CIA officer and talking about how he was one of the generation who, after 9/11, said, I want to serve my country. And they did things across the world in the service of their country. And then when it was over, they had to pick up the pieces of their own lives. And he said his goal was to redefine what being a hero in the DC universe means, the price it takes, the cost of doing what they do. Because if you've been reading Tom King's work, he very much delved into the human cost of these superheroics, be it in his Batman run, his Miracle Man run, or elsewhere, Omega Men as well. I think so. I reread an Identity Crisis this week for our Tim Drake back half of Robins, and yeah, man, it's he's going for it. And I saw some people say, "Oh, the first issue's kind of slow, or it's a lot of pomp and circumstance." He's telling a very long, very personal story, and so if the first issue is too slow for you, think of it less of a comic book and more of the first chapter in a novel, a short story, because we're going to get the whole story. And I think we're in for a really good ride. I think it's in the hands of someone who cares about it, and I'm excited to see where it ends up.
Yeah, I like I said, we talked about metal. Did we talk about last time? Some point me reading Justice League. No, was it No Justice?
Right.
I did read that. I enjoyed that. I like that. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from DC's Justice League side and what they're doing there. So like
they gave Scott Snyder and his friends said, go write this entire big story. They let him be the architects of the DC universe, and that's why coming off of I guess this newest reshuffling, things feel connected after Metal. It's been it's one story of the universe, and I think that's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, no, and this is why even though Crisis, when I hear Crisis with DC, it gives me heart palpitations. When I heard it was Tom King writing, I was like, I'm in. So I'll check that out. The second thing is, and we just gotta love this. Our boy who can't draw feet is back drawing for Marvel. Rob Liefeld is doing one of the covers for Uncanny X-Men #1.
It's like when you drop. It's like an archer when they drop the Chinese food on the ground. Do you want ants? This is how you get ants. Do you want Rob Liefeld on all your covers? They take Rob Liefeld on your covers. Do you want him on interiors? Then don't offer him covers.
Was that so? Was the image that in that article you sent me? Is that the
Nigga, that's the cover.
Yo, why is Bishop drawn like Prison Bay?
Nigga, why does he just have two faces he can draw? Two face shapes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if anybody remembers on Twitter, that whole thing with Prison Bay, the dude with the blue eyes and stuff like that. Look at the cover of Rob Liefeld's Uncanny X-Men.
I'm not calling Rob Liefeld a tracer.
And
I'll call Greg Land a tracer. I'm not calling Rob Liefeld a tracer. That's a heavy reference, though.
I'm just saying the strong jawline. The Bishop's never looked like this. Bishop.
If you want to call him a tracer, I'm not going to stop you. I am not going to call him a tracer.
I'm just saying Bishop has never looked like this ever. And then what's up with his hair? Like, is his hair going back into like a ponytail or somebody standing behind him? Like, what is going on with Bishop?
No one knows. No, bro, I'm not going to pretend to try to understand what Liefeld hath drawn. Refuse. I just saw that cover and I just said, God damn it, I'm putting this in.
He's not doing interiors. It is just a cover.
No,
right?
it's just the cover.
Oh, thank God.
But it's too much already.
Right.
It's way too much.
I'm like, I immediately saw this and I immediately was like, oh, it's 1990s again. 1992. Huh.
Where's the foil incentive cover?
The hologram cover? I need that. I need the holo cover, yo.
As someone who owns a bunch of Clone Saga holo covers, yeah, whatever. Whatever.
I just have so many questions. Like, all the women look the same age, the same jawlines. Like, it's just
it's the same face drawn. It's two faces drawn the same way, and it's a lot, man. When you see it all in one place, it becomes it really becomes a lot. Like, everyone's looking at the exact same part of the camera. Like, it's a little hard to look at. And this is someone who's not a fan, obviously, and your mileage may vary. Maybe you're a huge Liefeld fan and you're mad at this part of the podcast. Don't listen. I don't care.
We'll send you pictures of feet.
Yeah. Well, he hates feet. He's a feet phobic.
I will say, before you finish your thought, I will say this one thing: the gun that Bishop is holding, surprisingly small for a Liefeld.
Like, the fact that your brain goes, oh, it could be bigger. That tells you the problem with Liefeld. There it is. I mean, I was really hoping you were going to say that. I was like, oh, good. I hope he's going to point out the fact that the gun's that big. So I can point out the fallacy in that fucking logic.
Right.
Why are the other guns so goddamn big? That's the question you should be answering.
I was like, oh, wow.
Every other gun is the size of an aircraft carrier. This is something demure, and it's bigger than any gun I've ever held.
Moderation. He's I don't know.
It's growth.
It's right. This is what we call growth. People, it's growth. Oh, God damn it! I can't.
Fuck Rob
I should actually buy this variant just because. I'm looking at it again. I'm looking at why is Bishop's bicep?
Don't look at it. If you look too close, nothing. It all starts to fall apart.
Is he really done so? The closer you look, the more
it's like pulling one string on a sweater. Like you just cut it off. Just stop looking.
Like
close the window.
I have so many questions.
There's not one good. And now a point where you're like, that's a good line stroke. Like it's all bad. It's ridiculously bad. Like it's really bad.
Like Bishop.
I hope you put this in the show notes because people are going to think that I'm exaggerating because I don't like Rob Liefeld. It's true, I don't, but I'm not exaggerating either.
Like Bishop's bicep right now is bigger than all of his pecs. I'm looking at. I thought it was his pec at first. I'm like, why is it? Then I was like, oh no, this is bicep. What the fuck is going on here?
Okay, let's do this top to bottom. And if you came to this podcast for me to make fun of Rob Liefeld, congratulations. This is Chris's fault because I've opened the image now. Hold on, slowly. All right, let's just. All right, here it is. All right, let's start from the top. We'll get to Bishop. I don't know what's that. That's his hair now. Apparently, I didn't know that.
Right, I told you the hair is fucking with me. I was like, what is?
That's his hair now.
Is it a ponytail? Is Danger behind him? Like, what is going on here? I don't know.
Danger's not there. Let's go from the top because Kurt doesn't look terrible.
No, Kurt is fine. He's like, oh, okay, not bad, not bad.
He doesn't look like Kurt because his ears aren't pointed and you don't see a tail. Well, it could just be anybody he drew upside down.
Well, he doesn't have eyes, but I do notice that. But that's. I do notice that anybody. So he doesn't have eyes, but I also do know that the two Asian women don't really have. Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's move on from that. Let's not dwell on that one. They've given Kurt a beard in the X books, which asks the question: he's always covered in blue fur. How can you tell? So that's a bigger Daniel or Dpalm problem with X books right now. Let's go from the top down. First of all, what have they done to X-23? What costume is she wearing? She's never worn that. I don't know why the claws are so long.
Why does she look like Betty though?
I don't know why she's that Asian.
She looks more like. But it's what is she at this point?
She's a clone.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, why?
No show answer there.
Okay.
Go to the right then. Cannonball. Let's just look at the head. Just the head. Because his hair is as big as his face. And those goggles are impossibly big.
Now, to be fair, this is definitely 90s Cannonball.
Oh, they're giving it. He's back in that suit now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that look. I'm not saying he's a tracer. I'm not saying that he took old.
I'm telling you, they put him back in that costume.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that Liefeld didn't go to an old,
file and just pull it.
I'm not saying that.
That's a really big goggles. Psylocke, whatever. I don't know if there's because they put her back in her British body, so I don't know if there's a style guide yet on Psylocke. I'm only let that one slide. Iceman looks ridiculously bad. Jubilee, what? Like, okay, so let's just assume that the thing coming about mid chest is her pants. Why is her torso so small? Where is she standing?
She's wearing She's wearing the Steve Urkels. Her pants
Beast
are hiked
looks
up.
Terrible. Like
is he bald? Like, is that hair at the top? What is going on? What is Beast doing?
Jean Grey's head is smaller than everyone else's head.
She's also. I know they're standing weirdly, but they're
not standing weirdly. They're standing in an impossible configuration. That's where they're standing.
Yeah,
unless there's like a series of like high school bleachers awkwardly misstepped. There's no way for these people ever to be standing this way.
Well, then I guess Kirk is hanging from a fucking basketball net.
Exactly. None of it makes sense.
I don't know.
Storm, whatever. It's not terrible. It's not good. And Bishop, who has not. I don't know what his hair is doing. That's a legit. If you've got an answer, I'd love to hear it.
Maybe the M stands for Maybelline. I don't know. What the fuck?
All right, that was great material. We're done with this. Let's go to the poll list. I'm done with you. Let's get out of here. That was ridiculous. M stands for Maybelline. I swear to God, I quit this network twice a month. I really do. Let's go. Come on. You can't even breathe. He's laughing so fucking hard. This is ridiculous.
That was my fault. I'm sorry. It wasn't planned.
No one thought it wasn't your fault. Like, thanks for the clarification, but there's no need. Like, we all know it's your fault.
All right, pull this time. You go ahead.
You're an asshole. Marvel side, I'm reading the shit out of these X books. They're doing this extermination thing, and I really enjoyed it. The main book is good. X-Men Blue came to its end this week with 25, and it kind of, 36, and it kind of wrapped up some of the lingering plot threads there. X-Men Red has been super good. The climax of this current arc ends with a character saying that when she connected to the internet with her mutant power, she absorbed all the hate, and she redirected that hate as a weapon against the hate in this culmination. It sounds complicated. It's not. They do it really well. And for anyone who says X-Men should be political, Tom Taylor says fuck you very much and makes it a very political book, and I really enjoyed it. Domino by Gail Simone is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Annual 1 came out today, and wow, really a better book than I thought it would be. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Ryan Otley, Nick Spencer, still great. That annual came out a week ago, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's still great. Coates' Cap, the man's taking a leap forward. I'm behind on Coates' Black Panther. I love where it's been going so far. Staying in Marvel, Infinity Wars, the big crossover that's happening right now. There have been some one-shots out. I have not read the one-shots yet where they mash up characters like the Iron Hammer. But the main series is on and cracking. I think it's the 3rd issue, and it's really good. Old Man Hawkeye. It takes place in the Old Man Logan universe, and it tells how Hawkeye became blind when he meets him in Mark Millar's story from a couple years back. It's been really interesting. It's we're at issue 9 right now. I believe there's only 1 or 2 left, and it's been a lot of fun. Let's see what else am I reading from Marvel. Obviously, Fantastic Four and Marvel 2-in-1, the slow reconciliation of the Fantastic Four. DC-wise, Flash. I'm a Flash mark. Justice League. I've sang its praises, but they gave Scott Snyder the keys to this universe, and that's the Snyder you trust. Scott Snyder. That's the one you need to trust. He's really telling. He said that he's like, I love Batman. That was my favorite gig ever, but Justice League's the biggest toys in the toy box. Like, this is the best book you could ask me to write, and I'm gonna tell the best story I can. He says he writes every issue or he writes every arc, I should say, like they're gonna tell him that one went too far. You're done here. He says, I'm taking all my shots. I'm swinging for the fences in every issue. And he really has. I think it's every 4th issue is dedicated just to the villains, or every 5th issue. And so you're getting a lot of their stories too. Titans has been good. The new Red Hood, the new angle they're taking on Red Hood has been interesting. Batman. I mean, are we spoiling Batman?
I mean, I don't want to do the spoiler at the end of that.
Okay. All right. So we all know Batman didn't get married. He then stood on. He was in the jury pool for trial. And the last issues have been him and Dick. And that sounded weird, but
the trial one is really good, but basically him kind of going, convincing the jury that Batman's not a god, but treating him like a god. He's just a man. He makes mistakes. Like, that was good. Like, it was good deconstruction there. But like you said, those 2 issues with Dick Grayson,
really just great stuff. And before I move on to the last book I want to talk about, I want to go back to Marvel. This Venom book has no fucking right. None being this good. No right. And in front of this movie that's about to happen, like this movie will not do well in comparison, because this is the best Venom story I've ever read.
Yeah, no, it's...
Nigga, look, like, when they revealed where Cole came from, his first weapon... The all black? Bruh.
It's like between that and Web of Venom. Like,
I read First Host.
I didn't read that one yet. I got to get that one.
It's really good. Mark Brooks drew it. He drew all the first run of Ultimate Spider-Man. That whole big thing.
What's his name is writing all of them, right?
Coates?
Not Coates. Cates. He's writing all of them, right?
Yeah.
Because again, this is
he's built a real mythos behind the symbiote.
Yeah, and if you need more convincing that you need to read who Donny Cates is, here with the Thanos book that we fucking loved. That Thanos mini that was like I think maybe 12 issues was fucking fantastic. Same guy wrote this. Yeah.
All right, and so this week, and I don't know if you've read it yet. We actually have talked about this. Lost Light 24 came out.
I haven't read it yet, but I know.
And 25 is the last issue, so there's one issue left. And I've look, guys, you guys know James Roberts, his Transformers run starting all the way back in during the ongoing, really. I've been a big fan of it, and this issue has explosions and it has revelations, but it is also the single most affecting comic I've read in a very long time. And it is the single gayest comic I've ever read. But there's a moment at the end, and if you just indulge me for a second, I want to read kind of Rodimus speaking to his crew during a very harrowing time in 24. This is your co-captain speaking, and I've got a question. Have you ever wondered how he made it this far? I mean, we're not the smartest or the strongest or the bravest or the best. We don't have the most firepower or the largest army or the fastest ships. And God knows we're not natural bedfellows. I mean, think about it. An archivist, a retired pneumosurgeon, a gunsmith, an archaeologist, a waste disposal expert, a quantum mechanic, a poet, a watchmaker, a barkeep. It shouldn't work, but it does. And it works because we've got one thing in common, each other. Think of who's listening to this message, and I bet you'll think of someone you respect, someone whose judgment you trust, someone who makes you laugh, someone who makes you happy, someone who makes you feel it's okay to be exactly who you are. And I promise, in fact, I guarantee that someone listening to this is thinking of you in exactly the same way. Okay, so you've made some bad decisions. You've hurt people. You've hurt yourself. You stumbled through life from one self-inflicted disaster to the next without anything even approaching a plan. To which I say, welcome aboard. Maybe you're not good, but you're sure as hell good enough. Holy shit. That's a Transformers comic.
Yeah.
Like, woo. Yeah. Go from the beginning of James Roberts' run and read it all.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get... So you've read up to this issue, right?
I believe so, yeah.
You know who Rung is?
Yes.
Everything's different now. The whole series changes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something he's plotted from issue one, from before issue one. His first appearance, he gets thrown about in a bar fight and says, who do you think you are? One of the guiding hand descendant of Vector Sigma? Like, he puts it in front of you. That's the first line said to Rung.
Yeah, it is.
He's never existed in the medium before that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did. And that run's coming to an end. And so is the whole IDW verse. And I tip my cap to everyone involved. That's it. You go. Let's see your pool list.
So going back, I just want to double check some of the things you were saying. The Batman issue. So that last one, like I said, I'm just read this one panel here. Is Dick and Batman? They're beating him because here's the thing. Batman goes back into the original the Snyder costume.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of his the trial stuff, he's like, I basically got to go back to base. He doesn't want to wear the costume he had when he was, with Selena. So he goes back to the costume he had with Snyder. So he's fighting. Him and Dick Grayson as Nightwing are fighting mummies. Like they're fighting mummies. So here goes Dick Grayson. Right, Mummy Mia, no. Mummy Dearest, no. Mummy Daddy and Me, no. You never appreciated my puns. I did not. You should have. I should not have. Come on. All you have to do while you punch is grunt and look sad. I do not grunt and look sad. When I punch people, I have to say funny things while I do it. You do not have to say funny things. That's so much harder. It is not harder. All right. For the sake of argument, let's switch. I'll do sad grunts. You do puns. No. Oh, the pain and the misery and the horror. Oh, mummies, if you only knew. That's not a grunt. Well, that's not a pun. Better? Dude, this comic is fucking hilarious. Sad at the end. Gets really sad at the end.
Like, but hey, I did always call you chum.
Yo, that shit was fucking hilarious. Then I remembered that chum is also a word for a bunch of smelly fish, and I thought, wait, maybe he's just making fun of me. Well, you never would wash your uniform. I knew it. Because the issue before this is also another small one where they show you showing you the first time. This is the instead of again, if giving free shit to DC, if instead of showing the funeral with the funeral we always know about, the death of Martha and Thomas, if you show us the death of the Graysons, you can get the same storyline and show you the same thing you're trying to get there.
DC, I'd like to take this moment to separate myself from my co-host. I don't want you opening or closing any more fucking movies.
Well, no, I'm saying again, this is what we don't want that. But if you fucking have to,
if you have to,
you just can't get it out of your fucking head. Going back to the rest of stuff. Reading The Flash, I'm loving what they're doing. That I again, what they're doing with these different forces, I think is again, and having everything's changed after Metal. And even if you didn't like Metal, you've seen how the universe has changed and the things are going on. So I like that. Going back to DC, Marvel, I can't believe you didn't mention this because we're basically reading the same thing. I can't believe you didn't mention this. I think it's a Fantastic Four.
People got weird about the first issue.
So did you not read the second issue yet?
I didn't read the second issue. I was letting people breathe on it. Like I was like, I can come here and talk about it
because that second issue, nigga. Like, you can see what the Fantastic Four has been up to.
They finally let the kids grow up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you thought that was a problem at 3, it's a much bigger, more annoying problem now.
See when she likes boys. That comment from Sue about, hey, what is he's royalty? He's bare chested, has pointy ears. Is that
bare chested? We should leave.
Right, right. He's like, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Do not look up the Sue Reed and Namor fan fiction. It's not canon. It's not right. But don't look. Like, that shit was. The book is great. I love that. And even that end where they're like, okay, we gotta. You want us to let me bring my family. You want us to beat you? We can beat you. You let me bring me the rest of my family. And he brings everybody that's ever been a part of the Fantastic Four. Like that, that might be one of the hardcovers I do get. I might want that cover.
Yeah,
I might want that. Like, so reading that. Over other stuff over on Marvel, obviously Thor, the Avengers book, both Jason Aaron's book. Again, not fans of the artwork, but Jason Aaron.
Oh, they changed the artist on the new issue of Avengers.
Oh, okay. I got to check that one out.
Oh, have you seen the new issue of Thor?
I was supposed to read it before I got this one, but I have it. I know it's something big happens in it. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it when we get off. So I have it downloaded. I'm loading up to read it. The Darth Vader book again. If you're not reading the Vader book, you're just missing out. Honestly, if you're not reading all of the Star Wars book, you're missing out completely. Like, you need to read that shit. I'm trying to think of anything else major. I mean, nothing. I think you covered everything else. So. Yeah, that's about it for me. Like I said, I'm reading a lot of stuff, but I know we talked about this on the character corner. But seriously, read the Jason Todd Lost Years. It's actually a good book. Yeah, get that. It's worth it. That's all I got. You got anything else?
Nah, man. Another great week of another great month, I guess, of comic book news and mailbagging.
Yeah, definitely. We almost offered damn near 2 hours on this one. So we had a lot of stuff going on here, and I'm gonna do one last check because this is gonna come out on Friday.
Relax.
Oh, it's been released. No, it hasn't.
Oh wow, I was really upset.
It didn't. I was like, because I'm looking at Collider says like Dark Phoenix trailer teaser heralds the arrival of evil. So I'm like, oh, so it must have come out. It didn't come out yet.
For who? For what? No one asked for this, Fox. No one's making you release it.
You can just pretend. You can just pretend that you did.
I guess they're gonna have to pretend with New Mutants. So I guess you got to bite the bullet on one. You got to release one of them, and I guarantee one gonna be New Mutants.
Yeah. Got to be at least one. So anyway, folks. Again, if you want to send an email in to us, we record these. usually typically the last Wednesday of every month. Send in your emails, mailbag@mtrnetwork.net. And again, like I said, if you have questions or you want to talk about the upcoming seasons of some of the shows we review for the Arrowverse shows, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. or anything like that, email us at that email address, and we'll be reading it this Sunday. So again, folks, thank you guys very much for listening, and until next time, we're out of here. Peace.